Getting some stuff loaded up to head out. Here comes Chad. Got the Mini. Don't block the hydrant, Chad. That's the annoying neighbor. They own that little inlet where she is standing that is behind those rotten fence posts. And that string is the property line that goes all the way through that. Well, let me tell you, she has got something to say about this pond drainage project. I can tell you that much, no matter what happens. She's gonna fall. She's gonna fall. I will go help her. This is a close-up of the pond. We've been pumping it down a foot a day. Today is day 2. And once it's pumped out, we're gonna come in with a long reach and clean it up a little bit. Good morning. Look at these jackasses blocking the road. Got ourselves a little paving job to do this morning. Trying to find a place to park. I'm driving the 2500 this morning because my truck's in the shop. These are the new tires we just put on it. Terra Grappler G3s. Have to see how they work for winter. Go see how these guys are doing. I know we had to cut a bunch of concrete. Alright. Got all the concrete cut out. Got the base all done. Giving it a quick hammer with that roller. And we're going to get in there and get lines everywhere. So we brought the new truck today. We're just going to feed the skid steer with it. First pass is done. Had to do a little wing by hand over on the side and the front. Putting it on a little thicker than I wanted, but it's okay. All done. Here's Chad. This is Thursday afternoon. We finished that paving job. Chad was pumping the pond, and now he is grading this gravel driveway in Cambridge. Spitzer just brought him 3 loads of gravel. Tailgated it all for him. This place could probably use 17 more loads, but that's all it's getting. All the way out there. All the way down there. Look at a good grade. Last year I put, no actually this spring, put 3 loads of crushed stone on it during mud season. He's got a few more passes and then he can roll it. And we will call this one a day. Alright, so I'm down here on the water, and I've got probably a 600 foot long driveway, and it's a shared road on the lake, very tight quarters. I just had Chris dump over there, and then I had David dump up here. I'm gonna grade the whole place. Well, this is my life for probably the next 5 hours. This stuff is really hard. Make a couple passes each way, the full length, and then I'll switch over to the bucket, start dispersing material where I think we need it. I left my load on because I can lay down a hump all the way down through where I need it, but we have 3 loads to work with, and it's not quite enough to do a vast amount of thickness on the entire thing, so we're just going to disperse it where it's needed and crown it and roll it, get the heck out. So we spread 2 loads with a skid steer, and then I just quote-unquote tailgate spread this stretch here with the live bottom. I'm running out of time today, so Chad's about to get here and finish grading. I got from here down finished graded. Everything needs to be rolled, but coming out pretty good. It's been a big week for us. We've acquired a new piece of equipment. It is a Cat. It's a 315. It's brand new. It's got 15 hours currently. I'm very proud. So let's check it out. Here it is. It's 2024 Next Gen 315. If you've watched the channel, at least for this year, you know that we rented one at the beginning of the season. Did a couple jobs with it, tried it out, and we liked it, but I'm not like a super duper Cat fanboy. I want it to make sense for us. I say that with 3 other cats in the background. But, you know, I wanted to try them all out. We've had good luck with Volvo, and so we tried one of those out. You didn't really see a video of that one in use because we were doing a top secret project and they wouldn't let us film. Thanks a lot, Jake. And but it worked out really well. It sprang a leak at the end of the day of demo, like a bad weld, which I don't really consider that being Volvo's fault, but it worked well, very smooth. Service department there is good, salesman's good, parts good. We did try a link belt, and you saw that in 1 or 2 videos, and we did like it. Price was amazing. However, it just didn't make sense for us because the dealer is a couple hours away, and we already have had an issue with our Malden paver from that dealer, and they had to come out and check it out. Turned out not to be warranty, and it turned into like a $1,400 service bill to come out there and check it out. So I kind of felt that if we acquired a link belt, we would probably break that thing more often than the paver, and I just didn't like the idea of having to deal with a dealer that far away. So they've been great, but Cat is the closest dealer. Richmond, Vermont is only about 20 minutes from here. The salesman's great. Cat Financial took a chance on us 4 years ago with no credit and gave us a loan on a new 259 D3 at a very good interest rate, and we had to put 20% down, but we did that. And so Cat kind of holds a special place in my heart. And after testing all of them, we turned around and decided to go with a Cat. So this thing here has like 15 hours on it. If you don't know much about the next gens, they are pretty incredible. High horsepower, a lot of bells and whistles, onboard scale, onboard 2D system. Like I said, higher horsepower over the GC model. And there's a lot of stuff that it can do that the GC model can't. I don't know all of those specifics, but yep. So we ended up doing bolt-on rubber track pads. which is something that's important to me because we're on the pavement a lot, and these give us the ability to be on the asphalt, not damage it. But if we get into a place where we really need steel, you can take them all off. I hope that we don't get into a situation where we need to do that right away, because it doesn't look like it's that much fun, but I do have people for that. The 2D system is great. We've got the Trimble on our 303.5 in the background, and the next gens come with their own, but it's a lot like the Trimble, really. You've got a tilt sensor on the tilt bucket. You've got sensors and the laser catcher all the way up and around. So we'll be using that on some house sites this winter. It's got a blade on it, which is nice. I really like the zero tail machines because we are in some tight places, especially in the woods, and you tend to bounce off trees and everything else. So when you go with a zero tail, having that blade is kind of a must, and it really helps you get some leverage on stumps and whatever else you're pulling out. But that's a 60-inch tilt bucket. Like I said, we added the tilt sensor to it, which is right there. And these are, I don't know if they're actually Stucci connectors, but they're screw-on high-pressure fittings for the tilt bucket. This only has one auxiliary. I usually like having dual auxiliaries, but they didn't have one in stock, and I didn't really want to wait because we're going into winter with some good-sized projects, so I wanted to get going on it right now. Well, it's got the dig bucket. It's got the full rotation thumb. What else does this thing got? We're gonna get it tinted, probably in the spring. You saw when I was standing in front of it, we did our big ass logo. I think it's gonna look sweet when it's tinted, but I'm not really worried about it this time of year when it's cold. Surround view camera, that's pretty nice. This is the first time I've ever bought this big a machine. Our Kubota is a 8-ton class. So this thing being a 15-ton class is a nice size machine. Fits on our trailer. Doesn't max the trailer out weight wise, but certainly maxes it out width wise. So kind of the biggest machine we can put on it without having to pull a permit. I haven't really played with it that much. We set up our profiles in it so we can hop in and punch in the 4-digit code for me, and it pops up, loads all my controls, loads all the sensitivity settings that I programmed, all that kind of stuff. Chad can get in it, punch in his, and it'll have a profile for him, which is nice. And it keeps people from being able to borrow it, even if it's unlocked. So that's kind of nice because the skid steers are that way too. All these buckets have Bluetooth modules in them, and I guess down the road they're gonna come up with some sort of system using those, whether it's just being able to keep track of your attachments on the job site, or who knows. I don't know if I can connect to it with my headset and talk to the bucket directly. I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. But this acquisition really represents the growth of our business over the past 4 seasons. There's a lot to this. We started out with a used Komatsu PC35 that we bought for $22,000, used from a rental place, and have basically graduated to 3 excavators, 3 skid steers, 3 international trucks, 4 Rams, a paver, 2 rollers, a couple $100,000 in attachments, and the list goes on and on. So this here really represents where we're heading with the business, and that's what's important to me.